Right there, Pisces. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to your February reading. Back with me again, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. For those of you who are new to my channel, hello. And for those of you who have been a long time, welcome back. So, we are going to be doing a pick card reading by the end of the session. It's going to be, how do they feel about you? Ooh. And also, don't forget to check your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign. Me personally, I realize that with my readings and all general readings out there on YouTube that I tend to follow, that I resonate a lot more with my Venus sign rather than my sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or what have you. So you might want to check that one out too. And this is a general reading, so the rules might get reversed, okay? But let's talk about the overall energy for the now, Pisces. You have the Five of Cups in reverse, you have the Sun card, and you also have the Six of Cups in reverse. So, well, yeah, there's going to be a return of somebody, you know, an ex. But I don't feel that it's going to bother you that much, though, because I feel that in general, February 2021 is going to be a good month for you, because I feel that you guys are going to be having, like, a lot of fun with your support system, maybe with your families and friends and what have you. You're going to feel that there's like a lot of people who loves you and who supports you, who cherish you. It's going to be good, and I feel that these people are going to be very, very helpful for you to get out of a period where you feel that you're mourning over something. And there's also going to be friendship that, you know, a friend of yours that you haven't been in contact with for quite a while, who's also going to, you're going to be reconnecting with this person, and you're going to have like a tremendous of good time with this person. That I think in terms of relationship in general, it doesn't really matter, because I feel that it all starts in you. You're the center of the universe right now, so it kind of like all depends on you. Whether you want to feel good about yourself or whether you don't want to feel good about yourself, even with all of the circumstances that is happening around. You know, with the Six of Cups in reverse, sometimes it also indicates that the honeymoon aspect of the relationship is already gone. You know, the tendency to kind of like reminisce or remember only the bad thing or the bad part of the relationship and not the sweet part of the relationship. And I feel that you probably get, you know, especially if you guys are done with this person, you're doing this so that you can get over this person, and I feel that it benefit you. Because usually when people do that, I'd say, you know, don't do that, because it could backfire on you. But I feel that with you guys, it's actually doing you wonders doing that. So it's good. Overall challenge, you have a Hierophant card, and you also have the Eight of Cups. So somebody emotionally walked away from the relationship, and then there's somebody who's also breaking the promises or agreement that you both were trying to uphold. It could also talk about a non-committal person. It could be you or it could be them. Or it could also be that you're dealing with somebody who is an avoidant. So every time things gets complicated in a matter of the heart, every time things gets too emotional, and you try to tell them this, they're not stonewall, but you just don't feel like you guys are listened or you guys are heard. So in the past, you were distancing yourself away from this person, and this person misses you terribly. I think in the past, you both were in a stalemate position. So you might be dealing with a Leo, you might be dealing with a Taurus, you might be dealing with a Taurus or Libra, you might be dealing with a Virgo, or you might be dealing with an Earth sign. There's a fire sign in here too. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that in the past, there was a stalemate condition where you guys were kind of like quite passive. You don't want to do anything about this relationship, and this person also is quite passive as well, even though you're colder than them. You're colder than them, because from their side, if you do something to them, they would still reply you, but you guys are acting like a little bit indifferent. You know what I mean? And I feel that one of the reasons why you guys are doing that is because you need to build a more intimate relationship with yourself. You missed yourself. You missed having that me time. You missed having a very, very in-depth relationship with yourself. So you were distancing yourself. You were detaching yourself away from the situations. You were going into a cave. You probably didn't kind of like do the usual things that you would do to them. And they noticed that, Pisces. They noticed it. They were like this. It's like, wow, like I'm starting to realize, I'm starting to feel that Pisces is distancing themselves away from me. I miss them, but there's like a little bit of a pillar in here. the reason why they weren't as aggressive, or the reason why they weren't, because the next right to it, they have the Empress. So Empress is like, if you give them something, that they will return it back. Is different than the Emperor. Emperor is much more of an initiator. They're much more assertive. The reason why they're not assertive in the past differs. The reason's going to be differ, because this is general reading. It's not a one size fit all. But it could be that this person just don't know how to reach to you. Or it could be their pride is getting in the way of them doing, either reaching out to you or being assertive into asking, hey, what's wrong? I feel that you've changed, Pisces. I feel that you are, kind of like distancing yourself away from me, Pisces. Like, they are a pillar, in the middle between the both of you. But you're colder than them. You're cold. You were cold, super cold. I feel that you also were diverting your attentions to your money or to your works or to your studies or what have you. But yeah. There are forecast seconds from heaven. Taste of Friday. Try to make it back home another day long. I think this person is then. I think that weird situation where it was like a stalemate, where you guys were colder than them. They were trying to be cold, but they're kind of like welcoming if you do a nice thing to them and everything like that. It still kind of like continues until the now. And then I feel that this person is then going to break in the now. It's either this person is going to call you out or going to confront you or just like, hey, what's wrong? Like, you've been acting funny lately or anything like that. But still, I feel that in the month of February, especially, in the first week and 2 weeks, you guys are completely going to be diverting your attention into your work, into money, pentacles, coins, everything that relates to the mundane or physical aspect of your beings. But this person is going to, maybe when the moon is in Capricorn, but this person will break, this person won't take it anymore, and there's just going to be, they're going to be saying like, hey, what's wrong with you? You're acting so funny. They're going to break. It's no longer going to be a stalemate position in the past. So it's not even a stalemate. You guys were colder. That means 5 cards in the future. I feel that one of the reasons why you guys were colder to them, in the past especially, it was because you want to be noticed, you know what I mean? Because I feel that you have tried always and you've sacrificed a lot, and this person is just so not sensitive. So now you're kind of like giving them a taste of their own medicine, and by just focusing a lot on yourself, by acting a little bit indifferent, by shifting all of your focus to yourself and everything like that. And this person is going to freak out. This person is going to break. And I feel that when they break, it's like, aha, now you get the taste of your own medicine. Now you're going to be feeling relieved when this person finally breaks. You're driving them crazy, Pisces. Depending on how good the positive how good or how positive the pick a card reading is going to go, by the end of the session. And also depending on what you want out of this relationship. Because if you want to save this relationship, if you want this relationship to be something that lasts, I would suggest you, when this person finally breaks, have a heart-to-heart talk. I feel that you guys, your heart chakras had been blocked a little bit, and you find it very, very difficult to really express the pain, the difficulties, the hardship, and also, all of the feelings that you've been having. So if you want to save this, if you really, really want to make this work, I suggest you to start really opening up to them, because they are going to listen in the future. They're going to listen. Because I feel that in the future, you would have the tendency to still bottle up your emotions. Got a Tower card in reverse in there. It talks about bottle up emotions, and what happens when the Tower card is in reverse, it's like a time-ticking bomb. You know what I mean? It may not explode right now, but it will eventually explode, and it could be probably much worse than if it were the Tower in upright position. So if you want to make this work, it's better for you to start expressing your feelings, expressing your desire, expressing your needs, because they will listen in the future. If you have a positive pick a card reading, this is going to be your interpretation. Again, this person is then, after they break, after they kind of like ask you like, hey, you're acting funny, or like, I miss you, or anything like that, this person is going to start showing their emotional vulnerabilities and emotional availabilities towards you, in which I feel that in the future, you're going to brush it aside and you're going to shrug it off. And you're very protective with your heart chakras. You don't know, okay? You don't know whether you should trust this person or not. And I feel that you kind of like want to prolong and see how consistent they are with this type of behavior, or how persistent they are. So you're going to want to do that. And then I feel that in the future, again, this person is going to kind of like call you out again and going to be very frustrated with you. But I feel that in the future, even in the future, you guys are unable to make decisions because you are very, very protective over your heart chakras. I understand you, because I'm a Cancer stellium, even though I'm a Sagittarius, but I'm a Cancer stellium, so I understand that part, yeah. But if you have a positive pick card reading, this person actually means well, but one of the weaknesses that they have is their inability to read between the lines. They are a certain type of people who can read behaviors, or who can read your facial expressions, and who knows exactly what you want and anything like that. This person is just not like that. You know what I mean? Like, they're just so insensitive. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. People are different. So if you want to make it work with this person, I suggest you guys to, be open with them. Express your desires, express your needs, express your emotions. It's safe. It's a safe place for you if you have a positive pick card reading. But what happens if you guys have a negative pick card reading? Yeah, by the way, if you have a positive pick card reading, this person is just frustrated. I'm not going to say frustrated, but they're just confused. Okay, they really want to make it work, but they just don't know how. And I feel that you guys need to help them, to understand you a lot better and understand what you guys want. I'm sorry, that's a car. But anyway, what happens if you guys have a negative pick card reading is that you have every reason, and I feel that you guys have a very justifiable reason to not trust this person, because again, this person is a bit full of themselves. But this is only if you guys have a negative pick card reading, yeah? Because why do I say that they are full of themselves? It's because they don't, everything has to fit their timing. Everything has to fit what they want right now. So when they want to not be bothered by you, and then you are needing their emotional support, they don't care. Like, no. This is what I want. I want to be left alone. I don't care if you need emotional support right now. I want to be left alone. And then when they need you, when they need their emotional support, and then you are preoccupied with something else, or maybe you need it sometimes for yourself as well, they don't care. They want you to be there. So you see that it's full of themselves. So yeah, it's a very taking energy. I've shown you nice. I'm being nice right now. I'm showing you kindness right now, even though it's just a brief and temporary. I've shown you this. I've changed, but then there is like a little bit of impatience going on behind them. It's not really good if you have a negative pick card reading, obviously. But if you guys have a negative pick card reading, I'd suggest you to just kind of like move on. You have every reason to not trust this person. Because again, they're full of themselves. Everything is centered around what they need and what they want at that moment. It's never about you. Okay, so when they're nice and you guys are not nice, they can't handle that. Like, why? Like, I'm nice right now. What else do you want? Okay, they don't understand you. And they don't want to understand you at all. So yeah, that's that. Now let's move on to the pick card reading. Pisces, so I have 4 piles of cards with me now. Wait a second. This is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, this is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna give you guys 20 seconds of full silence so that you guys can concentrate. 1 pile of cards for 1 person. Okay, let's go. Right, so for those of you who chose pile number 1, you got the 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 6 of Swords, Emperor card, and also the 9 of Pentacles. So I feel that with this person, you feel that this person is a bit withdrawn and detached, and that's for a good reason, because you're dealing with somebody who equates financial security with happiness. So they're not the type of person who would focus 100% on a relationship, but they would focus their attentions a lot more on their work. They do notice that you paid interest to them, or you are interested with them, or you're in love with them and you admire them, you love them, and everything like that. They do notice that, but would they be willing to put in the work? Yes, they would. But they would start pushing you away if you interfere or you became a pillar in their quest of financial freedom, or in their quest of, whatever financial goal they have in mind. Not really looking for a relationship per se, but even if they're in a relationship, they would be expecting their partner to understand, to not bother them with too much, emotional stuff and relationship stuff, because again, work is number 1. So you won't, I'm telling you this so you won't be surprised that when push comes to shove and they needed to make decisions between relationship versus work, or work versus family, they would always choose work and money all the time. And it's also the type of people who are extremely picky when it comes to their mate, or the people that they're dating with, the people that they're acquainted with, the people they're friends with, because again, they see and they view everything with success and also money. If you're looking for a relationship of comfort, this one is the one for you. The only thing that you need to do is just to kind of like give them space whenever they work, not demand them with like a lot of emotional stuff, cuddling, time to be alone with you. Maybe a lot of gifting I see here. And then just give them food and everything like that. This could work. But if you're looking for a mate or for a relationship that is all about unconditional love, this one is not for you. Because this is basically a relationship with money, financial status, achievement, success, what other people think of them, what other people think of their relationship. This is the type of people who cares a lot about that. No malintentions at all to you, though. I mean, there's no malintentions to you. It's just who they are. All right. So now let's move on to those of you who chose pile number 2. We got the Empress, Knight of Swords, Four of Pentacles, King of Swords, and also the King of Pentacles. This is very interesting. They might have a water replacement like Scorpio or Cancer somewhere in their chart. So it could be a Scorpio or Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Mars. And the reason why I'm saying is this because they have a tendency to be overprotective over something that they deeply care about. Okay? So if this person decides to be in love with you, you are their cub and they're your mama bear. Unfortunately, I feel that this person is offended by you. So maybe you commented or you were protesting over their child or maybe their family, their best friend, their hobbies, their friends, their works, or whatever that is. Something that they care about, something that they are so overprotective about. And I feel that you guys offended them in some ways. And that's one of the reasons why right now they're like the Four of Pentacles. So they're pretty much offended. It's something that you do, or maybe probably their ego. I mean, if this is a person who is very, very overprotective over their ego, well, maybe they're also protecting their ego. You kind of like offended them in some ways that kind of like made them feel right now, put off. Whatever that is that you guys offended them with, it hurt them. And they overthink a lot about that. If you guys are still in contact period, meaning that if you guys are in a relationship with them or if you're in a marriage with them, you're still in contact period, you really don't need to worry because this person is still going to be doing what they're used to do, that active services, being responsible for the bills and everything like that. However, in terms of, having that honeymoon phase again, having that sweet talk again, being much more open towards you and everything like that, I don't feel that they're going to be doing it in the now because they're pretty offended. And they're holding grudges over that too, holding resentment over that. They're probably going to be like a little bit stingy with their money, effort, attentions, and all of those stuff too. Giving you the bare minimum requirement of what to do in a relationship, if that makes sense. In terms of feelings, in terms of emotions, and how do they feel about you, you guys are actually one of the few people that they see themselves settling down with or having a long-term relationship with, because they see either the paternal or maternal quality in you. Again, as I said, this person has like a little bit of a maternal instinct within them, and they're also looking for that maternal figures in a partner. So they see that in you, but because they're offended by you in something, now they're just basically, putting those walls and just stonewalling you, giving you that silent treatment, or just giving you the bare minimum of what to do in a relationship to sustain it. Worst case scenario, this person might be giving you that silent treatment. I could see that happening. Right? So for those of you who chose pile number 3, you got the Page of Swords, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, and also the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so you're dealing with somebody who is so not used to being in a relationship, or is so not used to caring of other people instead of themselves. Okay, every time people do nice thing for them, they always end up with skepticism, like, why are you so nice to me? Why do you love me? Why do you think that I'm special for you? Always like that, because growing up, this person never really feel what unconditional love feels like. So they're always so self-sufficient. This person could maintain a relationship with an animal better than they could maintain a relationship with a person. However, the love, now I'm talking about love here, okay? The feelings and the love that they have for you came rushing into them all of a sudden, and they were not really expecting it, okay? They tried to go into their old ways, being self-sufficient and just be all about loving themselves and everything like that, but they can't help but to feel this gushing, rushing type of love. So there is hope when it comes to this person, Pisces, because they also see, well, maybe it's time for me to change my ways, because they see something very special in you, something that they never felt or they never seen in anybody else before. With this person, it takes patience, it takes consistencies, it takes love and open communications to build something up. Because at least here we see progress. At least here we see that this person feels that you guys are worth the change in them. Even though it's still an Ace of Pentacles, but that will, that wants, that desire is already there. It's like you guys come into their life and offer them with a newfound hope, you know. They've always been alone, they've always been self-sufficient. You came along and you gave them hope. And with that hope is enough for them to want to change their ways. It's a good one, Pisces. This one is actually, it's definitely the best out of all the 3 big card reading I've done. Now let's move on to pile number 4. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords. This is... Okay, so the first encounter that they had with you was not really genuine, because they came from a place where they were abandoned. So it's either they just went through a breakup, or somebody just broke their heart and everything like that, and then they opened themselves towards you. So you guys were their healer, because they love your active services. They love how you guys are just so devoted. You guys are just so loving. You guys given them like a tremendous amount of give. Like they just sense that type of energy from you. So you were their healer. You were their distractions way, way back in the past. But along the way, they found love. They found, you know, somebody that could see them eye to eye. Somebody who could make them open up again. Somebody who could touch them on their emotional level after being hurt by the other person. So because of that favor that you gave them, and they don't forget that, okay? They don't forget that at all. Because of that favor that you gave them, that kind of like aroused the sense of an unwavering devotions and loyalty that they have towards you. They kind of like want to pay you back, because they feel that the help that you gave them way, way back in the past, in the beginning of time, when you both were interacting with one another, is something that they need to pay off. Like it's such a debt for them. They used to be a cold-hearted individual. They used to be very detached, self-sufficient, and everything like that. But because of your presence in their life, and your unwavering support by their side, it kind of like gives them hope. One thing that you need to remember though, Pisces, is that all of those stuff that I told you earlier was, I mean, I'm kind of like quite torn about this big card reading, this pile, because it's 50-50. That was the positive side. The negative side of that is that this person has a tendency to be a bit petty and holds like a lot of grudges. So if you hurt them, yes, they will do whatever it takes to win you guys over again, to make you guys, you know, submit to them, to make you guys give all of what you've got, and then get them their revenge. So it's a bit petty. I mean, it's still workable and it's still doable if you discuss the terms and conditions in the beginning that, I don't accept any type of pettiness. I don't accept any type of vengeance whatsoever, because I don't want to be playing into that games. Because in the beginning, this person is so thankful of your presence, but there's still that dark shadow and that dark side of them that needs to be worked on here. Well, it's 75% positive, because I feel that the 25% negative side of it is still workable. But when they're angry or when they're mad, they could lash out pretty mean. There's the type of people who you could hurt them with the most hurtful thing, like, for instance, third-party situations. You could cheat on them, and they would act like it's nothing. They would forgive you, and then they would try to make you fall for them again, and then they would get your revenge on you. So again, okay, discuss it in the very beginning to no revenge at all, to no pettiness, and everything is going to get discussed out there in the open with loving hearts and open communications. I feel that this relationship is doable. All right? So I think that is it for my reading for you, Pisces. I hope that you guys find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I really do hope to see you next week for your bi-weekly reading. All right? Bye-bye. Have a great day, guys. I love you.